Hello, welcome to day 5 of January. I hope it's going well for you. Today I have a morning flow for you. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do this in the morning, but it's going to be just a nice little vinyasa, a bit of a wiggle to wake the whole body up. So you could do it at any point in the day. But if you're joining me in the morning, then good morning. Let's start seated. I am sat on a block just because I find it a bit more comfortable to give me a bit more room in the hips so my knees can drop towards the ground. But whatever works for you. So finding a comfortable seat. And once you're there, placing the hands into the lap or onto the knees, palms facing down. And just close off the eyes or soften the gaze just for these first few minutes. Just taking some time to arrive in the space. Just softening through the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Just checking in, especially if this is in the morning that you're doing this practice. Just checking in with how the body's feeling. If you've just got up, maybe it's feeling a bit tight in areas. Checking in with how you're feeling energy-wise. So if you are doing this in the morning, it might be that you have a little bit more energy than if you're doing this later on in the day. But we're just noticing these things without any judgment. And then we'll start to become aware of the breath. So just start to notice the breath. Noticing where it's travelling in the body. Is it shallow and all the way up in the chest and the throat? If it is, can you start to draw that breath down into the tummy? So filling up the lungs, feeling the rib cage expand as you inhale. And feeling everything soften back as you exhale. Just beginning to seal off through the mouth if you can, taking that breath solely through the nose. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. And with your next exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. You can keep the eyes closed down for this. Inhale back through center. And exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And just begin to work between the two at your own pace. And then bringing the head back through center. And we're going to take turns of the head now. So just taking the gaze to the left and then the right. Again, at your own pace. Just beginning to mobilize the neck. And then it can start to become semicircles with the head. So just imagining you're drawing a line along the collarbone with the chin. And then bringing the head all the way back to center. So hands are going to be onto the knees and you're going to slide them back towards the groin and squeeze the shoulder blades together as you do and open up the chest. So you're going into this little back bend. And then as you exhale, you're going to press the hands away, round through the spine, chin to chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting the chest. So it's like seated cat-cows. Exhale, round the spine, drop the head. Again, inhale. And exhale, round. One more like this. And exhale. Now in that exhale, in that rounded spine, you're going to start from there. Hands are on the knees and we're going to start to take circles around now. just circling around with that spine. So as you come forwards, the chest is proud, and as you go back, you're rounding that spine. Just a bit like barrel rolls when we're in tabletop. Go back the other way. You're just trying to make the circles as big as you can. Good. And then coming all the way back to center. Rolling over the ankles to tabletop. So coming onto your hands and knees. So moving any blocks aside. And from here, knees are under the hips. We'll take an inhale, reach the right arm to the ceiling. And exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left. So you're coming all the way down to the floor, but we're not going to stay here just yet. We're going to inhale and reach back up for a twist. So keeping these movements fairly dynamic, keeping it moving, because it's the morning possibly, and it'll feel nice to keep going. One more time. And then thread this time. We will take a little pause there, resting the head down, option to lift the left arm to the sky and take a half bind, bringing the hand behind the back towards the right hip. And if you're there, think about drawing the left shoulder back, trying to turn the chest towards the ceiling, pressing down into that grounded arm. Left hand returns under the shoulder, push the floor away, back to tabletop. Other side, so left arm, inhale and reach. Exhale to thread, come all the way down if you can, and then push into the right hand, inhale, find that twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. And this time we're holding, so thread the needle, come down to rest on that left side with that optional half bind. Right arm to the sky, bringing it behind the back. Draw the right shoulder back. Thinking about that twist coming from the ribs. Right hand comes to the floor, push the floor away and return to your tabletop position. From there, tuck the toes and we'll find our first downward facing dog. So push into the hands, lift the hips. Hips are nice and high. You can take pedals here if that feels good. So it's probably, if you're doing this in the morning, it's probably your first downward facing dog of the day. I always like to just wiggle out the hips. Get the toes involved as well. So coming all the way up onto the toes. And then from there, finding stillness in your down dog, bring the top of the left foot to the ground. And then just taking some little rocks side to side, just stretching out the front of the ankle and the front of that foot. And then place the sole of the foot back down, switching sides. So same thing on the right side. And then bring the sole of that foot down. Look towards the hands and begin to walk your way into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale as you rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll start here with some sun salutations A. So inhale, reach the arms forward and look up. Exhale, forward fold. You can soften the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. So straightening through the legs, push the thigh bones back. Exhale to fold. Step the right foot back. Left foot joins it into your plank and lower the knees, untuck the toes and lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale for a cobra. So lifting the chest, doesn't matter how high. Exhale, push back onto the knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. So really pushing into the hands. Inhale, trying to lift out of the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale and look forwards towards the hands. As you exhale, tiptoe or step to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, so squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll go again. Inhale, reach the arms, look up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, left foot steps back, right foot joins it. So you're in your high plank. You can keep the knees lifted for this one if you want it a little bit stronger, or pop the knees down. We're lowering either to the ground or halfway. You're inhaling for your cobra or up dog, it's your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, so the heels are working their way towards the ground. Exhale, but it doesn't matter if they're nowhere near the ground. One more inhale, look forwards. Exhale, tiptoe or step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come down, step back to your plank and lower to the ground or halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-leg dog. Exhale, open the hip, bend the knee and pull the heel towards the bottom for split dog. Inhale, re-extend the leg. Exhale, right foot forwards. Ground the back heel and inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. So you can readjust the feet if you need to. Gazing over the right fingertips. Grounding down into both feet. Making sure that pelvis hasn't dropped forwards. Flip the palms to face the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky as you straighten the front leg and look up. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. Do that again. Flip the palms. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands down, turn to face the front. Left hand stays down and right arm opens to your easy twist. And sweep the arm all the way back towards the back of your mat, circling it round towards the floor, reaching it forwards and all the way back up. Let's do that again. So inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Good. Bring the right hand down to frame the front foot. Step back to your plank. Knees up or down. We're lowering all the way to the ground this time. So lower down. When you get there, untuck the toes. Take the fingertips wide. Inhale, peel the chest up for cobra rolls. Exhale to peel back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, peel up, squeeze the bottom. Exhale to peel back down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. From there, bring the hands back by the ribs. Bend the right leg and push into the hands. You're rolling onto your left side. So you're rolling all the way over so you come up to seated. You might be off your mat, that's okay. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale as you come all the way back up. Exhale to flip yourself back to the ground. Let's do it on the other side. So bend the left leg, roll onto your right side, flip yourself all the way over, reach the arms high. Exhale as you fold over the right leg. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, flip onto your tummy. This time just a normal cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push all the way back. Downward facing dog. In your down dog, you can find stillness, or you might pedal through the feet. You might shake off the head. Hopefully the body's beginning to feel a little bit more awake this morning now. Bring the feet together. Inhale, look forwards, lift onto the tiptoes, and bend the knees. As you exhale, step or hop to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand. We'll go straight back into the other side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step the left foot back, right foot joins it, knees up or down as you lower to the ground. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, 3-leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee and open the hip, split dog. So pull the heel towards the bottom. Inhale to re-extend the leg. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. Ground the back heel. Inhale and rise. Warrior one. Exhale, drop the heel and open to warrior two. So readjust the feet if you need to. Arms are strong. Flip the palms. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach the arms, maybe gaze up. Palms face down. Exhale as you bend the front knee. Now imagine you're moving through honey. Inhale and reach. Exhale, warrior two. So you're making your own resistance for those arms. Inhale, last time. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands down, turn to face the front. Right hand is down, left arm reaches to the sky for your easy twist. So stay strong through the legs, pushing into that back heel. Inhale as you sweep the arm all the way back, round to the front. Go again. Exhale as you come forwards. Push into the right hand one more time. Make these circles as big as you can. Good, and then bring the hand all the way down to the ground. Step to your plank, knees up or down, and lower all the way to the floor this time. Fingertips go wide, cobra rolls. Inhale, squeeze the bottom, peel the chest up. Exhale to peel back down. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come by the ribs. So we've got those cobra flips again. So bend your left leg this time. Push into the hands. Roll onto your right side. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, flip yourself back to the ground. Let's do the other side. Bend the right knee. Flip yourself all the way over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, return to your tummy. Inhale, traditional cobra. Exhale and push back, child's pose. So take the knees wide, bottom towards the heels, arms reaching forwards. If you want a little bit more for the shoulders here, you can tent the hands, come onto your finger pads. Okay, feel on those fingers. Bring the hands back down. Bring your body forwards, tabletop. Tuck the toes and push all the way back into your downward facing dog. From there, look toward your hands. Begin to tiptoe there into your forward fold. Now we're coming into some balance work. So if you have blocks, you might bring them in front of the mat. If you've just got one, also bring it in front. If you don't have any, that is also absolutely fine. You do not need them. You're going to do this without the aid of blocks. So you're going to get stronger than me. I'm going to use my blocks. So if you've got blocks, your hands are on the blocks. If you do not have blocks, your hands are at prayer at your heart center. So choose where you're starting. And if you don't have blocks, you can use hardback books or something like that. Shift the weight onto the right foot and then lift the left foot. So it's just hovering off the floor. This is obviously more challenging if you do not have these blocks. Begin to sweep the leg out behind you into this warrior 3 shape. So if you do have the blocks and you want to challenge that strength and that balance more, that's when you can then take the hands to the heart center. If not, you can keep the hands on blocks. Holding here. Stay strong through that grounded leg. Try to keep the front hip points facing the ground. Try not to let that left hip open. One more breath. Now ground into that right foot more. See if you can come all the way to stand, bringing the left foot through and in front of you, so knee towards the chest. Standing up tall. We're going to take it to tree pose. So now you're opening the left knee out to the side, bringing the sole of the left foot to either the inner ankle, the inner calf. Maybe you stay with this. If you want to go higher, you might be able to help the foot and come higher up the leg. Pressing that foot into the leg and at the same time pressing that leg into the foot. Hold here for 3. For 2. For 1. Now, release the foot nice and slowly. Try to keep it off the ground. And take the foot behind the right. Toes will go off the mat. Place them down. And you're in this sort of curtsy lunge. Curtsy squat, sorry. So that foot is going behind. Now, if you've got those blocks, hands could come to them. If not, you keep them at your heart center. If you want to take this into a sneaky little arm balance, your left hand could come down. Your right hand might be able to reach for that left foot, and then you're squatting all the way down, so you're in your baby grasshopper. It's an option. You do not have to be here. If you are here, you're going to push into the left hand and see if you can come back up. Place the foot down, hands to blocks or heart center, and come back to standing on both feet into this sort of halfway lift position. We're going to do it all again on the other side. So hands to the blocks or at the heart center. The weight is on the left foot this time, and you're hovering your right leg out behind into your warrior 3 shape. So thinking of reaching out through the crown of the head, so you're nice and long through the back of the neck. So you're not trying to look forwards, you're staying long in the back of the neck. Front hip points are facing the ground. If you want to challenge that left side, your hands can come to your heart. I'm not going to because I've got a bit of a hamstring injury, but you go for it if you want to go there. One more breath. Now slowly push into the left foot. See if you can keep that right foot off the floor as you come all the way to stand, knee to chest. Open the right knee out to the side and find your tree. So wherever you want to go on the inside of that leg, Pressing the foot into the leg, pressing the leg into the foot. Staying strong in your tree pose, rooting down through that left foot. It's a grounding pose. Feel that sense of grounding. Now, if you can, release the foot without it going to the ground and begin to take the toes behind you off the left side of the mat. You might just stay here in your curtsy squat, or you might be able to bring the hands down to those blocks, sliding that foot further away. Again, staying here. Or right hand comes to a block or to the floor, the left hand might be able to reach for that foot as you come down into your baby grasshopper pose. So that foot is off the floor, the bottom is still off the floor. If you're there, and push down into the right hand, see if you can lift back up, keeping that foot off the ground, then release it. Fingertips to the floor or to the blocks, stepping back, forward folds. Let the head hang. Just enjoy that opening in the back of the legs. From there, inhale, halfway lift. If your blocks are still there, feel free to use them. Exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot back. Right foot joins it, finding a high plank, and then lowering the knees down to the ground. Walking the hands all the way back in. You're going to keep your toes tucked if you can. You're coming to sit on your heels. This might feel intense for the toes, but see if you can stay with it. Hands to heart center. Holding here. Feeling this really intense stretch for the feet and the toes. Calm that breath down. Okay, from there, release the hands. Bring them to the base of the spine and then draw the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you look up for this variation on camel pose. And then release. So we're staying in a neutral spine. If you would like to untuck the toes, give those feet a bit of relief, then you can come to sit onto the heels. Now we're going to come to camel twice more. Your option is to stay with this variation where the hands are at the base of the spine. If you want, you might use the blocks. If you've got blocks, you might bring them back in. You might have your hands on blocks instead. So this would be option 2. And I'll show you where we're going with that in a minute. If you would like to tuck the toes and use your heels instead of blocks, so probably a bit lower than the blocks, then you might be here. Okay, so we're squeezing the bottom. Inhale, push the hips forwards and lift the chest. So the hands might be at the base of the spine and you're lifting the chest from there. Your hands might be on blocks. Staying strong through the whole back body. One more breath. And then begin to bend the elbows to bring the hips back down to the heels. If your toes are tucked, untuck them and sit back to the heels. Staying in a neutral spine, so we're going to come into one more back bend. So just allow that spine to come back to neutral. Okay, choose where you want to go. So your options are the same. If you want a little bit more, you could keep the tops of the feet down. Hands could be on the heels. So we're either coming into it as we just did, where we're starting with the hands on the props or the heels and lifting the hips from there. Or if you want to try a different entry into it, sorry, I'm on a creaky floorboard. It's not my knees. You can start from here. We could squeeze the bottom and push the hips forwards and allow ourselves to rock back. Then we might be able to find the heels or the blocks and we lift the chest from there. You might be staying down with the hands on the base of the spine. It's your choice. We're here for one more breath. And then to come out of it, you're going to have the option to drop the hips back, bending the elbows. Or if you want to come out the way you came in, if you came from kneeling, you're going to squeeze the bottom and see if you can come up nice and evenly. And then sit the heels towards the bottom towards the heels. Coming back to a neutral spine. Well done. Now walk the hands forwards. Lower yourself all the way to the ground. Bring the forearms to the ground for Sphinx pose. So elbows under the shoulders, press the forearms down, and imagine you're trying to drag the chest through the arms. Enjoy this nice stretch out for the front of the body. Bring the right arm across the mat, bend the left leg, reach the left arm around. See if you can find that foot. So pulling the foot towards the bottom, pressing the left hip down. If you can flip the hands so the fingers face forwards, you could push the foot down instead of pulling. You get a little bit more leverage this way. But if you can't flip the hand, don't worry about it. Just pull that foot in, press the left hip down. And then release, switching sides. So left forearm comes down, right knee bends in, reaching back. So either pulling that foot in, pressing the right hip down, or maybe you can flip so that the fingertips point forwards. And then you're pushing the foot down rather than pulling. Good, release. Taking the foot back down to the floor. Hands come by the ribs. We're going to do one more of those cobra flips. So bend the left leg, push into the hands, roll yourself onto the right side, come all the way up to seated, but this time instead of folding, right arm wraps around the left leg. Left fingertips come down behind. Inhale as you sit up tall. Exhale to twist, gazing over the left shoulder. And then release that twist, counter twist as you flip yourself back to your tummy. We'll go the other way. Right leg bends, rolling onto that left leg. I'm doing well to avoid my blocks. Left arm wraps around the right. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to twist. Bring it all the way back. Counter twist to the left as you flip yourself back to your tummy. And then press into both hands this time. Coming all the way onto your knees, rolling onto your bottom. Oh, didn't do so well. Avoiding my block that time. Taking the legs out in front of you. Cross the right leg, the right ankle over the left thigh. And bend the left knee in. So you can stay here, you can take the foot closer towards the bottom if that feels good, getting this stretch for the outer hips and glutes on that right side. I like to rock from side to side here, but you can find stillness if that feels better. Now from there, allow the left foot to drop all the way over to the left and wrap the left arm around the right leg. So there's lots of left and rights going on there. So you're hugging the right leg in so that the right sit bone is off the mat. You're pulling that leg in so much that the sit bone is lifted. But at the same time, you're trying to press the hip down to the ground. So you're getting this nice two-way stretch. Good, and then release. Bring yourself all the way back onto your bottom. Take the right leg long this time, left ankle crosses. Hands come down behind and bend that right leg in. So you don't have to bring the foot and bottom closer, you could stay here. You'll still be able to do the twist, so I'll do it from here this time to show you. Sitting up nice and tall, so pushing this left knee actively away from you to get into those glutes. And then from there, we drop the left foot over to the right. So my leg's just a bit further out, look, but I can still do the twist. So I'm hugging the right leg around the left one, pulling it in, but actively pressing the left hip down. And then release. Come all the way back to center. You're going to come back to a seated position on your mat, so where we started. Sitting back up on that block if that feels good. Placing the hands down into the lap, closing off the eyes. And just taking a few moments of stillness here. In the stillness, just checking back in with how you're feeling now. Maybe that body is feeling a little more awake, a little more mobile. Maybe the mind is feeling a little calmer, a bit more prepared for the day. And bring one hand on top of the other at your heart center. We'll take a releasing breath together to close the practice. Take a big breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Bring the palms together, bow your head. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today, and I shall see you for another practice tomorrow.